Hey guys, it's about 6:25 or so. We're headed to Mission Viejo. The guy called and said that when he turns on his garbage disposal at the same time as his dishwasher, there's a double breaker with a pin in it that trips. He's not sure if they're both tripping or just one's making the other side trip, but he does say that when they both go off, the washing machine and garbage disposal is off. It's 20 amp. Usually you can put those separate where you can put a double 20 but with no pin in it. But if it's sharing a neutral, if it's most likely sharing a neutral, then you want to put a pin in it. You know, you either buy it with a pin or you can buy the pin for it, depending on what style it is. But if it's sharing a neutral, then you want to make sure that both those trip off at the same time. So if we go there and we find out it ain't sharing a neutral, then we'll just put a double 20. That way, if one goes off or the other, we'll know which one it is. Or if they are sharing a neutral, which is easy to find out because the outlet and the outlet for the garbage disposal and the dishwasher are in the same hole, and it's most likely sharing, and you can just check continuity. And if you got continuity there, then of course you're sharing a neutral. So we'll figure that out fast. If not, we just put it back with a pin. Who cares? You know what I mean? It'll be just fine. Adds a little bit layer of security, but at the same time, if you don't need it, then when one trips, the other one trips. So it's a little inconvenient as well. Anyway, that's where we're headed, guys. And then from there, then he's got a few small jobs on his own. They're starting to send him his own work orders. So then he'll be heading out to go do something today. Nothing big, but you know, it is to the tenant. So anyway, with that being said, we kind of got a busy day today, you know. And then I've got another job where they say that the concrete is sucking up moisture by the patio door, and that, you know, I've seen it before, and I'm thinking it might be an irrigation leak or something. We're going to check the meter because the meter that she has happens to have a little drip on meter on it. So we'll check all that out, and where we can video, we will. All right, see you guys at the next job in Mission Viejo. Hey guys, we're here. We're gonna see what's going on. I haven't knocked on their door yet, but I will soon. We're supposed to be at here 7, so we're gonna go play with the panel. They can see my van in front, so we're right here. Okay guys, I want to be careful when I open this that I don't pop anything here. So first thing I'm gonna do is just look around before I touch anything, open anything. That GFCI is on, no problem. He says it's the one with the 30 amp. I don't believe it will be, because that 30 amp is for AC. That's somewhere around here on the other side, I think. It says AC as well. So it's going to be one of these guys, right? I think it's going to be this one. If you look at that breaker right there, it's kind of twitched. We'll find out. We're going to open it up and see what we got. It's already got an earmark on it too. Two of them have earmarks. You want to hold that up, Benny? Okay, we want to make sure we don't twitch nothing. So, okay, Mom, go ahead and let me get the tester. We'll kind of just look through there and see what we got. Okay, guys. Let's find a ground somewhere right there. Right on there. Let's see what we got up here. Okay, this one's vibrating. That one's vibrating, but there's no wire. Huh? Well, that is good. Let's go down to the 30. Oh. Now, if I should be able on this GFCI to test it without it tripping, right?
Nope.
So put that one back. So it was good, right?
Yeah.
So no wonder what's going on over there. Let's go inside and see what they got. Did you see me miss anything? I mean, I think I got everything. Here's the ground. These three here. That's neutral. Okay. Everything's on. You can feel it vibrate. Huh. Everything's good to go. Let's go inside. Maybe it's a short somewhere. That's good. Everything at the panel is good. These are mains. I'm not even going to touch those. Everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, leave this. Just bring that, lower that. Not with my head in there. Okay, guys, everything is good here. So we're gonna go inside and see what we can figure out. Let's go knock on the door. Okay, guys, Vinny just plugged the tester in into the outlet right there, and it started to sizzle. Shazizzle like a zizzle right in his hand. So we don't need to duplicate it, but anyway, what's it say? Open. What's it?
Open ground.
Huh? Open ground. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut the main off. And yeah, we'll check that outlet. I think that, yeah, go ahead. Okay, guys, we shut the main off, and he's going to take out that outlet and see if it's one of those aluminum outlets or if it's the copper one, which should not be. If you guys remember, we took one out of here a long time ago. Some of you said it was okay for aluminum, and some of you said it wasn't. Well, this time we'll really get a good look at it once we pull it out. Alright, this is what he took off. Basically, the neutral came off and touched the box over there.
Slater grounding receptacle. It says ground, strip gauge ground. Nothing really. It says Slater, you all listed.
We'll get a magnifying glass
15
later.
amp through 125 volt. SA.
What do you guys think? Do you think this is aluminum rated or not, guys?
If anyone knows.
Oh yeah,
Slater,
if anybody knows. Yeah, Slater.
Grounding.
We'll look into it for you, but when we get done here. Looks pretty bad. Alright, guys, this is the neutral that kind of flew off the handle, as you may say. Let's see. Okay, guys, everything's cleaned up beautifully. Now, you guys, you got to snap. Whenever you got a garbage disposal and a on two different circuits, you got to snap that. Otherwise, you'll end up with 220 or 110 if it's off the same. Yeah, 220.
So we're gonna look on the.
He's gonna make sure this one's cut.
It was cut. There you go.
Yeah, it's cut too. So we're gonna cut ours. That way, you have two different circuits. If you don't cut them, you'll end up with 220 most likely, and we don't want to do that. So he's gonna cut that on the hot side. And remember, guys, the hot side is the little hole, and this is your neutral, the big side. Okay, guys, he's got everything all done here. He's got his shepherd hooks going the right way because we trimmed those and cleaned them. Everything's going good. It's aluminum rated outlet. We're all good. He's going to put some black tape around it and put it in, and we'll test it.
Been on it for a long time? Or just since Brandon took over?
Just since Brandon took over.
Got it.
Okay, guys, everything's working. Everything's going good, and the dishwasher is on its own circuit. You can see the blue light. Well, that's going to be it for this job. All right. Okay, guys, we put the panel back together. We'll just put it right like that. And then here's the, show them the outlet. Here's the outlet we took out. We haven't combed through it with a magnifying glass yet, but just so you guys get a little info here. I don't know if this one is rated for aluminum or not, But Vinny's gonna, on the drive to the next job, Vinny's going to Google it and see what pops up. Hey guys, Vinny looked up the outlet, the model number and everything on there, and it says that they do make them, but it has to be labeled. How's it supposed to read on the back of the outlet? It says
Has to have CO/ALR.
okay, and it doesn't.
Meaning copper/aluminum.
Right.
Rated.
So this has nothing on there. Vinny looked it up and down, and there's nothing that says that. So if I had to guess, I would say it's not rated, because they're saying on that website for that particular model that it would be on the back of the outlet, not
Marked.
the box, but it would be clearly marked on the outlet itself. So I'm going to just guess, say that it's not. See what you guys think. All right, we're headed to the next job, guys. Okay, guys, we're at our next job. Something about a garage door not shutting right. I think the pedestrian door, and then something about GFCIs or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna try to find out which unit she is here and go see what's going on. Okay, we got 3 GFCIs. This one's working. This one's not working, and this one's not working, and then the one in the bathroom right over there is not working. We got 3 GFCIs out. Vinny is pulling the panel off here. We're going to test these first before we start going anywhere. But first thing that comes to mind is this. You have this one out and that one out, but you have this blank plate right here. So I'm kind of wondering what's in there. Okay, everything's good on this panel. I took my tester and tested everything. We're all good there. Okay, guys, it's a bad GFCI. He has power. There's no power going from here to here or the microwave. But it won't set. But you can see right here, we've got power. It's coming in, but this isn't resetting or feeding outward, probably to that guy over there. So we're going to start by taking this out, rewire it, and see if that doesn't light up this oven and this microwave. I think this, because we do have power here, 110 here, but it's coming in, but it won't set. So it's probably this guy right here. Okay, this GFCI was bad, but watch this. If you can tell if this box is grounded, because if it is, then theoretically you don't need to put a ground wire on here and run it to here, but I do. But to check if it's grounded, if you go ahead and you ground off your terminal on your box and then you get electricity, that means you are grounded. See, watch.
Continuity.
See, no, not continuity, but it's actually showing 110, 120 volts. And then it's passing through here. This is tripped right now. But to know if your box is grounded or not, you put one terminal on your box and then touch the hot one. And if you get power, then you got a grounded box. Watch what happens when I take the terminal off. Now, the electricity goes away because we're not grounded. Now we're grounded. So basically what happens is, this looks like an ungrounded GFCI, but it isn't. Because when you put these screws through here and through here, you are now grounded. But they're saying thread screws aren't really sufficient. So what we do is we go ahead and put a ground wire into the box and put it to here to give it that extra little bit. So that's what we're going to do. So basically, if you don't have that outlet with a ground wire, watch, show them the ground wire. If you don't have that on there, your GFCI will self-ground through the screws and into the box. That's where it'll get its grounding. But whenever we see that, we always just throw a little extra protection there. And somebody's going to say, oh, you're putting out misinformation. If you don't like my information, then I get it. But this is what I do. I don't do what other people think I should do. I do what I like to do. And that's put a ground wire. If the box is self-grounded, right here, it's a self-grounding box because it has conduit, then rather than just rely on these screws going through here, we put an extra ground wire. Okay guys, now we have a much more reliable ground. Here's your ground right here. Going into your green screw right there. Going into the box back there. Rather than just these little screws being grounded properly here, you have a little more protection by adding this. You don't have to, but we do. Okay guys, he wrapped with black tape here and we're ready to go. I'm going to turn on the breaker here. We should be good to go. Let's see. Okay. Huh? So what do we got on? So we got this guy's on, green. The microwave is now on. The cooktop is on. How about this guy over here? Is this guy on? Let me see.
Did they reset it?
Yeah. Okay, let's set that one. Okay, now we're green. We're good to go. And let me check the bathroom. See if the bathroom is back on. Let's see here. Let's trip that one. Let's see here. Hey, this one's spongy, Vinny. This one's bad too.
Is it still working or no?
It won't trip. Look guys, this is spongy right here. Let's see if it's on the same breaker. Let me turn. Yeah, let's make sure it's on the same breaker. Yeah, I do. I do. This one right here. It's off? Yeah. Okay, let's see what this one's doing. This one here is still.
You got power? Oh, it's a different breaker.
We'll find out, won't we? Let's take this apart and see what we got in there.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay guys, we do have heat coming here. We do have 120 coming here, most likely. It's just this is bad. So it's another faulty GFCI. It won't trip. So with that being said, I'm gonna find the breaker for that and then we'll put a new one and see if we're all good. Tell me when it's off. Put the tick meter on it. Okay, we'll just leave them all off. Okay. Now my breaker detector won't work when you got a bad GFCI. It just doesn't work good. I'm gonna go get you another outlet. Okay guys, everything's back on. The GFCI is working. We also put another ground in there. Just so we have that extra protection because it is grounded here and there. But having that extra green wire just helps, you know, get that ground wire fully used if it needed it, rather than it traveling through the box and the screw and on the threads. It'll actually be traveling on that green wire. Basically, it's going to travel on the path of least resistance. Okay guys, everything is good. Got a new ground wire on there. Now we're going to go fix her garage door. She's got something wrong with the pedestrian door. Okay guys, she wasn't kidding when she said the door was falling off. Okay, over here you can see the holes are stripped right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to go in an angle and catch the 2x4 inside the wall. On most of them.
I think that
and
one
then,
has a screw locked in it. Right here.
Hey. What do you think you're doing? You don't think I'm going to get to those?
I'm
Are
sorry.
you just trying to be in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Take after my mother.
Okay. Anyway, guys, these holes look stripped out really bad, but I think we can go ahead and fill it up with wood and then go in a 45 to catch the wood back there. We'll know. This one doesn't look as bad, but you can see it's been worked on. And then the one Vinny's complaining about down here is something's there. We'll see if we can get that out right there. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, they've been worked on quite a few times. We'll see if we can make this the last time. All right, we're gonna go get our van and park it right here. Okay guys, we got this door fixed. Hold up a minute. What we're doing is because we had to drill screws in an angle to catch the 2x4 back here, because your 2x4 only goes to about right here. And the rest are going that way and they're all stripped out. So we're going an angle. But what happens is when you go on an angle, you have these heads sticking out like right Here, see how it's sticking out there? And what's happening in the bottom one. So what's happening is when we go to shut the door, move that. When we go to shut this door, it binds. The heads hit on each other right in there. And then the door will only shut to about right there. So Vinny's going around and grinding all the heads, screws that we put in an angle to make it smooth. So when we shut it, it won't bind. So this is what he's going to do, and he's going to use. Let me get a picture of that on the thing here. Let me get a better one with the. He's going to go ahead and polish off all those heads. He's got them almost all. There's 2 that I want him to redo. And once he's done with that, that door should work smooth as butter. Hey guys, it's Thursday morning, and I'm going to try to put yesterday's videos with today's videos. Vinny is at Star One apartment buildings doing a vacancy. He's got a punch list which require all the outlets, switches, and everything to change. And then it has a list of other items like bathroom faucet. It's just, I'll show you guys the list once I get there. Alicia and I, we're going to go there first off to help him knock that punch list out. But then I got a emergency phone call where the management called and said that the lady's washing machine outlet is actually sizzling, and it sizzles and it stops, it sizzles and it stops. He asked, because she was in a walker and couldn't go to the laundry mat, if I could get over there as fast as possible and fix that for her. So me and Alicia are heading over to that job first, and then we're gonna go help Minnie out. But I also have a sick daughter at home, my 16-year-old, who my 29-year-old is watching today and helping us out. But you never know, Alicia might have to go home. But anyway, for now we're headed to that little electrical emergency for this lady that really can't get out of the house. And we're going to try to resolve that. Then we're going to go see what Minnie's got on his list. I know he's going to be doing the electrical first, so I thought, well, maybe Alicia can help him out with the bathroom faucet and some of the other things, and I'll just kind of go through there and do some of the little items while I get some videotape as well. Alright guys, we'll see you at the first job in a few minutes. I don't know, I'll tell you when I get there. Okay, this is what we got here. We've got this outlet, they say is sizzling. Both are hot. Of course, we only use a tick meter because we only we're not touching those wires yet. But if we're going to be putting our hands on those wires, we're using a wired tester. Don't worry. But for right now, this could be on its own breaker here, or they may not. So I'm going to go to the breaker panel, and she's going to test that one. And then if this one goes off, we're done. If not, we'll turn this breaker off as well. Okay guys, here we are, the panel. So nothing's really labeled. So I'm gonna go for the that's the air AC. I'm gonna go for the 20s and see nothing's there. So here we go. Hold on. Both? Okay, I'm going to turn one more on. Hold on. How about the other one? Yeah, 2 different breakers. So we got 2 dedicated breakers for that washer and dryer. Okay? All right. Go ahead, Alicia, and go ahead and
just like you said it.
Yeah, open it up. So just get that thing open. I'm going to put a nice heavy duty nylon 20 amp. It's on a 20 amp breaker. It's on a 20 amp breaker. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and upgrade that from a 15 amp outlet to a 20 amp. Okay guys, this is what we're going to use. We're going to use this 20 amp heavy duty outlet, standard. And it's the light ivory or whatever to match your plate. So let's go over here, see what Alicia's doing here. Always use your wired, well, she knows this, I don't need to tell her this, but I'm just saying it for the video, that once you get in there, I'll use your wired tester not your tick meter.
Yeah.
And make sure it is, because guys, these tick meters are good for just, oh, okay, it's off, maybe it's on, maybe, or oh, here's a switch, touch the bottom, and then when you or touch the top, and when you flip the switch on, then the tick meter, it's good for that stuff. But if you're actually going to be putting your hands on those wires, don't trust in this. Get your wired meter, and then always test your wired meter. Watch, touch the two together, the black and the red. You see how it lights up? That lets me know that these terminals are working good, because it's showing continuity.
So I got my black and my neutral. Nothing.
So you're good. So
Nothing.
now do the bottom one.
Nothing, and even with the ground here.
Yeah, but do the top too.
There is.
No, put the bottom on the right side. Put the black on the bottom, and then test both of them as well. What she does, she knows this.
Yeah.
When she tests, we have two different circuits, but you always test that one and then check the two neutrals, because you don't know which one of those neutrals are carrying.
And even this one.
Right. And then, so she'll do both neutrals, and she'll move that up and do both neutrals, and then she'll even use the box as a ground. You can see the box is grounded. See the conduit going to it, the panel right over there. So, you know, yeah. So anyway, she's going to get that out, and we'll see what we got inside there. Okay, guys, the reason why it was sizzling, Alicia said this wire right here, and you can see it's kind of burned up right there. Not much, but this wire was loose. And it was rattling around in the outlet. That's where they were getting the sizzling noise. But with that being said, she's going to clean up those wires real quick. And I like using these outlets with the saddles. See these saddles? She can clean those all out. That way, if there's a break in that wire right here, and it's causing sizzling, she can cut it here and strip it, cut it, strip it, and then she can put it in the saddles right here.
So from this, we're going to...
Yeah, we're going from a 15 amp outlet to a heavy duty nylon 20 amp outlet. And we can do that because it's on a 20 amp breaker, and these are 12 gauge. You can see both of these are 12 gauge. And Alicia, make sure this is a crimped wire nut, is it?
No.
Okay. So anyway, just make sure that's good, and we'll go from there. That's good. That looks like a crimped wire nut.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we do something here?
What is that?
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me decide for you.
Why do we even have that on there? Because it's short?
Okay. This one is short, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it is short.
Okay, but you'll still have enough room to put it on an outlet direct. Let's get rid of the wire nut. We don't need that wire nut. How many black wires are there?
We have two because there's two circuits.
Okay, so go ahead and get rid of that wire nut. It's not needed because you got an outlet with a saddle.
Also,
You can,
this has been jumped too.
okay, we'll leave that one alone. Let me see.
See, that one is, we have a red one right there feeding this one.
Okay, but they're good, so don't pull those out. I wouldn't touch those. I mean, you start touching that shit. That's crimped, I believe. See the crimp mark in it?
Oh.
And the fact that you can see that's a crimp mark. So the fact that you can turn it, oh no, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it. Just go ahead and pack it all back in, and we're good.
Okay.
All right, let's get this shit done, Al. What are you doing with your glasses? I'll put in your flashlight.
Something like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Alright, guys. I'm gonna let her do her thing. We got to cut. Did you cut the circuit?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, cut the circuit. Guys, when you have 110 coming in, or 120 and 120 coming in, and they're both on dedicated breakers, you have to cut that band right here, because if not, you could end up with 220. When I say you can end up, because what would happen is, let's just say both those breakers, the two dedicated breakers that you have for washer and dryer, let's just say they're on the right side. Well, then you won't get 100. You won't get 220. If both breakers are on the same side of the leg of the box, you'll only get 110. Even if you touch them together, you'll have 110. But if one breaker is on the right side and the other breaker is on the left side of the two legs, and you got two different legs, now you'll get 220. So or 240, whatever you want to call it. But we don't know what the wiring situation is. So anyway, with that being said, it doesn't matter whether it's on one side or the other. It's up to the contractor who put that in to balance that load out. But whether or not one breaker is on the same as the other breaker, that's up to the electrician who wired that panel. Maybe he thought it was needed. But in case it isn't, and you most likely won't be, because most of the whole idea of having two dedicated circuits on an outlet like that is to put half the load on one side of the leg and the other half of the load on the other side of the leg. The whole idea is to balance out those two breakers on your panel. So if he did a good job, you will have 220 there. If he didn't do a good job, or he thought there was already too much on one side and he wanted to balance it out by putting both breakers on the right side, then you'll only have 110 volts. And if you want to play with it, we can. We can test it. I'll turn the two breakers on and let's see if we got 220. Okay, we're going to turn on 5. Are you clear, Alicia? Okay, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Now let's go over here and let's see what they got. Okay, touch.
It's jumpy.
Okay, so you got 240?
Yeah.
Okay, now just do 1. Okay, that's 110. Now you got 220 or 240. So they did put it on two separate sides. Basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is that this breaker, number 5, is on the left side or right side, and this one's on the opposite side, which will give you 220. I'm gonna kill them now. Okay, number 5 and 6 are both off. Make sure, verify. Anyway, with that being said, is this number 5 is either on the left or the right, and this one's on the opposite. That'll give you 240 or 220, whatever you want to call it. If this one happened to be a breaker that had the clip on the right side, and this one had the clip on the right side, go ahead. Then you would only have, even if you touch those together, you'd only have 110 volts. But this is the way it should be. Half the load on this side, half the load on that side. So, and that goes the same for all this other big stuff as well. So, okay guys, she cut her clip, and here's the part some people make mistakes on, is they don't cut that clip good, and they leave a little sliver hanging there, and they go to turn on the breaker, and all of a sudden, kaboom, you have a 220 blowout. So anyway, you got to make sure when you take that clip off, you take it off good. Some people don't even, they just rattle it and it comes off, and whatever piece it is, they go to turn on the breaker and boom. So she makes sure that she gets that clip really good. Now on these here, you don't have to worry about your shepherd hook going one way or the other. It's a saddle, and what she'll do is she'll get that sucker in, and then once it's in, she'll go ahead and move the outlet where she wants it, and then she'll tighten up all 3 screws again, just to make sure, because sometimes you put all those together and then you fiddle with the outlet to get it straight so it sits good, and sometimes those saddles will move a little bit. So you always want to go over those saddles at least 2 times. One time when you're putting it together, and then one more time before you give it the final push. So anyway, that's that. Okay guys, she went ahead and lined everything up and went over it, kind of just balancing it out where it wants to go nice in and straight. She's kind of fixing the loops and all that before she does whatever she's going to do next. What's next on it?
I'm gonna tape it.
Okay, so before she tapes it, she's going to make sure all those little nice loops are lined up, and that thing's going to go in straight. And she's already tested it with the screwdriver after moving it around. She'll probably hit it one more time with a screwdriver, or no? Or is it good?
I go tag maybe a little bit.
Okay, she's just going to go, now that she wiggled the outlet left and right and up and down, now she's going to go ahead and just make sure the screws are finished off. And then, of course, she'll put tape around it and put it in the wall. All right. You ain't looking bad for 57 years old. I weathered well.
You're so cute.
Let's see. Well, I knew when I met her, the first thing I did, guys, was look at the mother. I looked at her mom, and she was, I don't know how old she was at the time when I first met her, 33 years ago. But she really looked good for her age. And my dad always used to say, it's a crapshoot, but look at the mom. And if you like what you see there, you'll probably be in good shape in the long run. So, not bad for 57. Doing good. Leisha has her own tool bag. I have my own tool bag. That way, when things are missing, I can't blame her and she can't blame me. So I'm no kidding, guys. Here's her tool bag. She's got 2 wire testers. She likes the old one. This one's like 30 years old. Which one is it?
The what?
The tester you like.
this
The,
right
yeah,
there?
that thing. The reason why she likes that is because when you test it, you don't have to be looking at this. You can feel it. It vibrates. And so without any way you hold it, you'll know if you've got power, especially, after you tested it. But this one here is her better one. And a T, whatever that is. But anyway, she likes that one when she wants to know precise voltage. But that's her bag, and then my bag is over here. So, because we used to go back and forth. Where's this? Where's that? No, you lost it. No, you had the bag last. So I put an end to that about 4 years ago, and I fixed up my bag the way I wanted it. She puts her bag over there, and we've been making sure we work out of our own separate bags. And that did kind of solve the issue, huh? Other than you, though. Vinny will dig into her bag every now and again, and then we just go blame Vinny. If something's missing, Vinny's our go-to. We just say, Vinny, we know you were in here. Vinny's got his own bag as well. So, can I turn it on?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, stay back. Stay clear. Keep your hands clear. All right, guys, let's see what she's got over here. See, with this one here, she can just test it. And you go ahead and test it with the cover off.
Okay.
She can test and she don't have to be looking at it. That thing
Okay.
will hum.
We have 110,
And it's vibrating.
110.
Now it'll vibrate even more when she does 220. See, now I can hear the difference. This needle goes to here. On 120 it goes to here. On 240 the light comes to here. Watch. That's 110. Now go to 220 or 120. You can see how the needle. No, do 220. Now you can see where that needle drops way low, and this thing is vibrating. Sometimes when she wants to go through a breaker panel, she can go through it a lot faster with that one than that one. Because sometimes you could be rubbing that on the wires, and it doesn't show. It shows 98, then it bounces up to 120, then it bounces, you know what I mean? Eventually, once you got those needles stuck in there good, you'll get a good reading. So she just uses that one for more precise reading, and this one here, right there for just, quickies. I guess that's it, guys. Okay, well, now we're going to go see Vinny. We're going to load up the van and head over to Vinny's and see what he's got going. We'll see you at the next job. Okay, guys, we're here. Star one. Don't step in the mud, babe. It's right there. We don't have to worry about carpet or nothing, though, because the old carpet's still in. Yeah, he was going to have it pulled out today, and I said, why would you do that? You know I'm going to be here Thursday and Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
So, you guys. Well, I don't know.
So where do we go?
Number 2, I think.
Okay.
Do you need to go number 2?
I need to go to the apartment number 2.
Okay.
Where are you heading?
All right.
1 and 2 up there. Oh, it's already empty again?
Yeah. Hey, see if that globe will fit that. See if that globe will fit that later. Okay. Just put it on the floor for now.
Okay.
On the carpet. What is it? He's got a lock. Or the door's bad on the bottom. That's one of the fixes. Hey, put the globe over here. Alright guys, this is what we got going on here. Good thing the carpet's it's been painted.
Yeah, I can smell it.
And where's that list you have? And just show them. I don't want them to see everything on it and bore them, but just show, you know, what we got going on here. Allie, that's a screw-on one. Take that out mostly. Okay, so this is his little list that he's got. So we'll let's see.
Should we change this side to a
That's what we
different
got. Huh?
one? Should we change this one to a different one?
I'll mess with it later. That'll give me something to do. You know what I mean?
It's kind of tight.
Yeah, just go ahead and leave it down now. I'll play with it. I'll figure out what it
Now it
needs.
needs to be tight.
Yeah, got all that out. I think I can handle that.
Sounds good?
You don't think I can handle all that?
You done it before?
Okay, this is what we got here, guys. So basically what I'd like to do, Alicia, if you would, start over here. That way, if he wants to come back tomorrow, we don't have to be here.
Okay.
Oh, I see what they did.
What did you do?
They wanted a new curtain rod. That's the old one, right?
The old shower?
So they just want us to rehang it, I guess, if we can. Okay, this is what I'd like you to do. On your list today is, I wonder who took this out.
What do you mean?
Who took the faucet out?
Possibly the
Yeah, but why them lazy motherfucker didn't take this out too?
how do you call it that?
Okay, well make sure when you take this out, Alicia,
Yeah.
cut around it with a knife really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, you're gonna do this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so go ahead and cut that and get that out nicely out, and then go ahead and rig up his replace what he's got on his, you know, whatever he's got. Obviously, he wants us to use what he's got, and other than that, that'll be your 2 items for now, and then the rest. So they did new doorknobs, Vinny, or were those ours? So we didn't do that?
No, I didn't do it.
The painters did it. Fucking painters.
Look at this.
Oh yeah. Well, there's no use in us screwing with these.
Because they're gonna do the carpet, so.
They're gonna do the carpet. So we won't even screw with the closet. We'll let the carpet guys screw up the closet doors even worse, and then we'll come in and send another
I'll
invoice.
redo these.
Okay. You did.
I want to use a new one.
Wait a minute. You did what?
No, I'm gonna do the smoke detectors.
What year are they? Did you bring them?
Yeah, I brought them.
Okay. Let's just put all new,
Yeah.
since they painted over the dates. That'll be the reason why we're changing is because they painted over the dates. You can't do that.
There's no date on it.
Okay, so they painted over the dates. That's why we're changing them. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna he's got new panels here that he's got to cut.
Is it a new fan?
No, that's an old one. All right, guys. I'm gonna get everybody cracking here. Vinny's doing all the outlets and stuff. What's that?
That's a fan bracket.
But that's an old fan, though. I remember
I
that.
just saw that outside. That's why I'm
Yeah. Well, throw it away.
Okay.
And then what do they want you to do? Put a new outlet back here
Yeah.
behind the stove?
Yes, sir.
What he usually does over here is he grabs that outlet right here and pushes through that wall and puts a box. That way, this oven, this cooktop here, doesn't have to be plugged here. So that's part of his job. So we'll see what happens here.
And a new light.
Yeah, let's just
Up to you.
Okay, guys, and then we got this here. We're gonna have to fix that. Oops, I broke it. So we'll just put this. This is all they had. They didn't have butcher block color.
No, they had like a marble instead.
Yeah, it's hard to get butcher block. Butcher block, he's really hard to find. Okay, we'll put this, and then we'll paint it like a light brown or something.
I was going to take this to this Home Depot.
And match it up. Yeah, and then just spray it. Put masking tape here. You know what I mean? And fog it in nicely. You know, after we install it. You don't want to spray it before because then the iron will screw up the paint. So I would just go a light brown.
Okay.
Yeah, just whatever works. All right, guys. Well, that's our chores for today here. So we'll keep up to date here on the video, hopefully.
It goes bad.
All right, guys.
It goes black.
What she's doing is you don't need plumber's putty on these kind of faucets right here that have that rubber around there. This is for no caulking or no plumber's putty. But let me tell you why she's doing it.
I'll try to put more than that.
The reason, yeah, she's going to even put more than that. The reason why she's doing a double whammy is sometimes these things are sprayed over the years several times, and you got high and low over here. In fact, you can feel it. You can feel right here where at one time they sprayed it with the faucet on, and you got a line right here. You can feel it, and it goes high and low right here. Feel this, Vinny. This has been sprayed with a faucet on several times right here. Feel that little bump right there? So what happens is when you put this faucet on with no plumber's putty and you just use the way it comes, what happens is you'll get water under there. You'll wash your hands and this will get wet and it'll go under, even with that rubber. So what she's doing is she's adding plumber's putty on top of that for these high and low spots, like right here. You can feel it.
So basically,
now, if
Okay.
this is a brand new countertop, or not even brand new, it's never been reglazed, then she doesn't even use plumber's putty. She'll use just what comes with the faucet. But where I'm different, I'll use the plumber's putty in that shit almost every time.
It's good practice.
Yeah. So anyway, she uses it when she wants. I use it when I want.
But you need to get it like really, really warm so it's squeezed even.
Yeah, the
When
plumber's
it's cold,
putty. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. She's gonna get that good, and we'll go from here after. Hey guys, Vinny's got a new review that popped up on Google. What's it say?
Great service and very professional. They're a family-owned father and son business, and I've used them more than a few times now for various things
I know
around
who
the
that
house,
is
like plumbing,
already.
paint, and caulk touch-up, and electrical. Vince really knows what he's doing across the board.
Vince, what?
Vince really knows what he's doing across the board.
Oh.
Each time I've had them come out, they have been very responsive, professional, and treat the job as if they're working on their own home. 10 out of 10 would recommend them to anyone who needs something
That was
done
nice.
around the house. They are great.
How much did you have to pay him for that?
And then you want to hear another one?
Sure, what's the other one?
All right. Vince has the absolute highest standards for doing excellent, perfect work. We have had lots of contractors doing work over the years, so we have seen the difference between levels of professionalism. Vince is the best. He has so much experience and knowledge. We will always appreciate the great work he did for us. Exclamation marks.
Sounds like they're not going to use me no more. Always appreciate it. I get it. I get the point. All right, those are our 2 new reviews for this morning. All right, guys, I'm going to get his ass to work. And then this is basically what he's doing, guys. He's just putting in all decor outlets throughout. And that really, you know, when you go from these standard outlets, guys, to the decor, it really does make the place look nicer. The only thing is I can't get him to, these are the original closet doors in almost every unit. And they're always on their last leg, but somehow we managed to patch them up and get them through each turnover. And the same with these, look, guys. I've been trying to put new cabinets in here. And I mean, these things have been patched by the painters several times, and they're all crooked. And they're, you know, if Alicia had fixed this, it wouldn't be like that. But we can't get them to put new bottoms in. And then over here, I mean, these bottoms and tops are shot, but yet he'll want us to patch them. It's on the list, so we'll have to see what we do here in order to. You know. Alrighty. Oh, look at this. My. I got a picture of that, guys. We're going to have to fix that one. But this one, we're not going to tear off. We're just going to glue it. But this one here, we're going to take off and do the whole 9 yards. All right. All right, guys. Alicia's getting that faucet in. And I'm going to start working on this. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a putty knife and I'm going to get rid of all this stuff right here and just get it all scraped down and all the way so it's nice and clean. And I'll take a little sandpaper, make sure it's even. Then we'll get this one and we'll get iron and iron it on. And then of course it's going to have an overhang like this. And we're going to take a router and route it off so it's a nice looking edge. All right, I'm going to go get what I need. Okay, guys, it's going to be hard to do this, so I'm just going to give you an example. I'm just taking a putty knife and I'm just scraping the hell out of it, and then I come down here and do this. And then you have like little high spots right here. Basically, to get rid of that, once I'm all done getting all this off with this, then I'll take a sander. And I'll sand that sucker flat. That way the next one over there will glue on nicely. Okay, I'm going to get this done, guys. Okay, guys, I use plumber's sandpaper. I put it on the end of the putty knife. And I sit there and I just sand all that. As you can see, it just comes right off. I just want it flat. See, with this, I'll put it on the putty knife. I'll get that done. Over here, before I even attempt to put any of that shit on, I'm going to get Loctite. Not plumber's, not caulking, but Loctite. And I'll fill this gap up so this gap is nice and solid between here and here. And then what'll happen is when I put this on and it glues to here, it'll also be adhering to this, because I don't have time to put the shit on now and then wait till tomorrow to put that. So I'll just pack it in and make sure it comes out a little bit. Then I'll push it in with this and glue it on with the iron. And this will all dry as one piece later. So I'm going to get busy on this, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to show you this the best I can with one hand. Basically, these new ones don't come the same size as these old countertops here. They're smaller, the new ones, and that's just the way they've been for the last 5 years. So what you do is you just try to line it up the best you can up on top like that, and you leave that gap here because you got to go, you come over here and you got to get to the end. So you're going to have to, you can only cheat on one end because I can put caulking there and cover it. This has to come to the edge. And then if you notice, this part has to come to the edge. Then if you can see here, you've got 2 ways to trim this. That's either with a utility knife or your router. I choose to use the router. So basically I'm going to find the neutral spot like right there. This here will be painted right here, or I might go ahead and cut that little, I'm sorry, hold that Vinny. On this spot here, I'm going to caulk that, but over here, this little part here where I'm going to cheat it, I'm going to probably bring it down to about right there and fill that top part with caulking. And then this part here, I might take a pencil and draw a line and then just cut that little bit out and it'll look good. I'll figure it out. I'm going to, balance it here, balance it there, and then go from there. Hey, Rick. Here's a little leak. I just sent a picture, but if you look right where my finger is, you'll see that little drip right there. It's leaking between this nut and this here. It's either they tightened it too much and crushed the ferrule, or they didn't tighten it enough. It's not that it's a big deal. It's just, it's an amateur mistake. And, I would think that people would realize that, being a plumber or electrician is a little bit above a painter's pay grade. Anyway, I just wanted to send you a little video, but I'm going to fix it. Okay, guys. I just had a long conversation with the owner, and I'll show you why. Alicia's got that caulked in there, and now we're going to iron this on. We noticed, or Alicia noticed, right off the bat that they had a new kitchen faucet here, and it was off at the angle stops. So Alicia needed to wash her hands because what she was doing, she turned on the angle stops, and she noticed that there's 2 new angle stops as well, and the one on the left is leaking. Basically what happened was, and then they didn't do the bathroom when we figured that one out. And probably what they did was, being amateurs, they tightened up the angle stop too much and they crushed the ferrule and didn't know how to fix it. In their mind, what they thought was, well, it needs to go tighter. You know, they probably went past that point of no return where you need to replace the ferrule. So we noticed that. Then we noticed over here, because Alicia went straight to this faucet to do it, we noticed that the faucet was off, but the drain was on. What happened is those fucking painters went and did their deal in the kitchen, and then they came here and they couldn't get the drain off. Let me show you the drain. Alicia, show them the drain. They had somebody put epoxy on the drain right in there. Show them what the epoxy all over the drain. Look what they did. And they couldn't get it off, so they left this one alone.
I scrape it from here, though. I have to cut it out.
Okay, but there was a bunch of epoxy, and it was going down on the inside over here, and they couldn't get it off, nor could the guy who reglazed it. So they decided, okay, well, here's the epoxy. This epoxy was glued to it. Look, guys, most of it's off. But if you look here and look right here where it's shiny, that was all epoxy. It was clear.
There it is.
Okay, she found it. Here's the epoxy. This is what they glued on it, right on the top of the pop-up and the drain. So anyway, I guess they were too chicken shit to try to take it off. So guess what? They left it to the guy who normally does the plumbing and electrical. And so I got on him because, to be honest, guys, I don't need this job. Vinny needs it, and I got to be careful how I treat these guys because of Vinny. But I'm way past it, man. And I actually got all over him. I said, why is it that you have me come here and you give me the faucet, but you don't give me the kitchen? Well, we know how busy you are, Vince. We know that you need to do this and you need to do that. We just wanted to cut some time off. I said, Rick, I think it's more about the money. I mean, if you think I'm too high, just talk to me and we'll deal with that on a whole different level. And then I said, what was with the other? He couldn't get the drain off, and he said he should leave that to somebody more, in the line of plumbing. And which I do plumbing and electrical. I'm not an official plumber. I'm a licensed general contractor. I do everything. But, I even cave into plumbers. Once in a while, I have to call a plumber and say, hey, we need this done. We need that done. And same, hardly ever with electrical. I've never really had to, in all my years, call electrician. But anyway, and then I got Vinny now. But anyway, with that being said, we had a little go around. And then I said at the last, I said, well, how did this guy shut your building down? Because you've got this recirculating pump on your hot water heater that supplies 18 units, one water heater for 18 units. And I said, did he know how to shut all that down and bring it back up the right way without screwing shit up? He goes, well, I didn't even think of that. I said, Rick, the two people that know how to do that is that one plumbing company that you use and myself. I said, this painter should not be shutting your water down at the specific areas that you can without dealing with that hot water heater first. And that way we don't screw up the circulating pump, and not only that, we don't want to stir up the shit in the hot water. I said, now, Rick, if you get a bunch of phone calls because all the aerators are clogged, that's because they fired that thing back up too fast, too hard. And so with that being said, we had a little issue there, but he seemed to see it my way after, and I apologized. I said, I'm trying to protect the trades, man. I said, you got these these painters coming over across the border or whatever. Next thing you know, they're over here trying to start their own business with no licenses, no liability insurance, no bonding, no anything. And so they can work a lot cheaper, but yet, guys like me who protect the trades, we're doing everything we're supposed to do to be working legal. And then these guys come around, these painters that, and just, and even Alicia, Alicia's Mexican, but she understands that shit. She knows exactly, what I'm doing and how I feel about it. And she's the same as me. She came over the right way. And I don't want to get political or nothing, but it took a lot of time to do it the right way, along with her mom, her dad, and her sisters. I mean, it took years to do it and a lot of money, but they did it. And, and that's the way it's got to be done, I feel. But anyway, I probably already stepped in some shit on this video by talking about this. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and fix that angle stop underneath. he just wants us to go ahead and fix it. And then we're going to go ahead and fix this end over here. We'll get back to the video. Okay, guys, we're going to heat this iron up. Vinny got us some power over here because he's got most of the shit off. And we're going to glue this guy on. And this we don't need because I already had to cut some of this off to make it. And we're just, this isn't going to be perfect because, guys, this is shorter than the original. And the width is not the same. So we're just going to take 2 hands and get that ironed on. It's not a big deal. You know, there's plenty of videos that show you how to iron on an end cap. You just want to make sure, though, when you're doing it, that you see that glue start to bubble up. When you're doing this, this glue right here will start to bubble up past that line, and that's what you want. You don't want to have it where you don't see no glue. Chances are you're not melting it good enough. So, and then what you do is once you start to see it bubble up here, you got to just do sections at a time and then hold it and let it cool in a little bit at a time. And then once it looks like you can touch it and it's good, then do another section and just keep working your section. And then when it's all done, I'll show you how to take a router and clean it all up. Okay, me and Alicia are going to need all 4 hands here to get this done. So we'll get a partial done and we'll try to get some video. Okay, Vinny's going to help us here, guys, do a little video. So what I've got, you can see how I'm going to be over here, and you can see the roundness is not the same as that, so I'm going to have to go above it. What I'm going to focus in on are the parts that you see the most, and whatever you don't see the most of, we'll doctor it up somehow. So my point is, I want to get it up above there and to the edge, about right there, and then down as low as I can, about right there. Then I'm going to come over here and go up as much as I can, about right there. So this seems like a good spot to start with. So I'm going to go ahead and take this iron, watch your arms, and I'm going to start right here, and I'll show you what I mean about, drop it over. I'll show you what I mean about getting the glue hot enough. So I don't put no rag between here and there. I'll be here all freaking day. So I want that up high. See that? Let go for a minute now. Okay, I want that right there, clamped. Go ahead, clamp it. Now, if you watch on this side, Vinny, you'll see the glue start to bubble up. Can you see the glue start to bubble?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so once that happens, we can move a little bit further this way. And you don't want to burn it off, but at the same time, you want to make sure that it is bubbling. And I'm going to do half of this strip. Because if I get to the halfway mark, that's enough to hold it so I can do the other half. If I try not to, I guarantee you guys, I'll be losing one end or the other. I'll be screwing up. So let's just get half of it on. You can see the glue over here. Let's see here. Okay, see the glue on this side? How it's bubbling, guys? Okay, so now let go of this. Now we're going to let it cool down. And we're going to hold it flat like this. And make sure she's still good over here, and she is right there. So now me and Alicia are just going to stay on this and keep it rubbed until it wants to tack up. But you can see the bubbles. That's what you want. If you don't get no bubbles in it, there's a good chance that the low spots aren't going to be touching. So you do want to get a little bubble in it. Just don't burn it. Now as this cools off, I'll be able to not have to worry about this side, and I can focus on this side without it shifting on us. Now, I don't do this every day, guys. I do this once every 3 or 4 years. I get somebody with a bad countertop. So, I'm sure there's people out there that know better than me, but I'll just get the fucking job done and be able to invoice them and be on my way. And it'll look good.
Notice when you melt the glue, it tends to slide down.
Yeah, and see here, guys? Yeah, you got to tend to, it'll want to tend to slide down. So basically, we just want to make sure that this hits a spot where we're good. And everything is still good over here. It hasn't moved at all. And then I'll fill the rest of that gap, because you got to remember, this is shorter. So I'm going to have to fill some of it out with caulking over here just to make it work. See, now this is feeling really good. And then any voids, you can see when they cut this countertop, they didn't cut this
No, you
countertop
can see
straight.
it. You're right.
There's voids.
High
So
and
all we're
lows.
going to do is trim it with the router, and then we'll take some white caulking or some black caulking or whatever the hell I got, and just fill those voids up. See, that's a big ass void right there.
Cosmetically, huh?
Cosmetically, yeah. But we'll fill it and do our best. Okay, this is solid,
It's
guys.
really grabbing, yeah.
Yeah, it's really
nice.
grabbing.
Yeah.
So we're good with this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start and come and work on this side. So I gotta see where I stopped. I stopped about right here. So if I stopped here, guys, I'm gonna overlap a little bit more. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna overlap about right there. And she'll keep that going good. Pretty soon you'll see that glue start to bubble. So you can start to see a bubble
There
right
it is,
before your
yeah.
eyes. See a bubble? So now we'll go this way. We'll make sure this hasn't dropped. And then I'll probably stop at about right here. That way when I do that corner, this is all solid. And then I'll be able to just use the iron to get it really good. So I'm probably going to stop about right here. Okay, do you have another rag that I can have? Okay. Okay, I want you to stay behind me, Al, and I'm gonna start right here. Okay, let me have that end. And this is still good.
Yeah, it's
Solid.
dry. It's dry.
I'm just gonna rub this right
It could be
there.
on the right on this side.
Yeah, and I want to push the top that way more. That way this will be leaning into it over here. So once we get this cooled off a little bit, we'll be good to go. It doesn't take long, guys, for it to cool. Now when I do this, I'll be able to use my iron and do the whole thing. But here's one thing that's going to happen. Some of this is going to get on my iron, but I don't give a shit. What I do is I just wipe it off while it's hot. And then once it cools, I'll take some sandpaper and clean it up a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it off of there. Do you think this is good enough?
I can go give my hand. Just go ahead and do
Okay.
that.
I'm going to try not to, but watch your hand. I don't
Okay.
want to burn you. I'm going to try to keep the caulking off of it. Let me know when you start to see it bubble.
You don't need the light.
Yeah, it's in my eyes.
It's starting to bubble a little bit on the bottom.
Okay, then I'll probably turn the iron around the other way.
It's starting to bubble on top too now.
Good. This will help. When I turn the iron around, it'll help it.
Yeah, you got bubbles now going on.
How about on the bottom?
Done. Yeah.
You're good. You're going.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't have to worry about carpet too much.
Don't push on this.
Yeah, let me have that.
You want to push on because you pushed here.
Yeah, you'll bring it like that. You know, push over here. Okay,
Maybe a
see
little
now,
more.
yeah, that needs a little more heat, guys. That looks pretty good there. Right?
I'll put the iron real quick, just there, right there, Dad.
Where?
Just put the iron there so I can take a picture.
Okay, get a picture.
Good.
Now let me rub the shit out of that. Okay guys, that is really sticking good. It's not moving off no more. So everything is good. Now what we're gonna do is before we take our router and clean all that up, we're gonna let it make sure it's nice and cool. That way nothing breaks loose. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's go ahead. We're gonna let things cool off here, guys, and we'll get back to it. Okay, guys. While that's cooling, Elisa's gonna fix this. This hasn't come off. It's better just to fix it. We use Loctite right over here. Be careful when you go to put the glue back here. You don't get the whole thing coming off because it's being held nice. So you know what I mean. Just kind of get it as best you can to about right here. Don't worry about a little gap here because it's solid. It's really solid. And work that. She's going to do that. And then over here you can see how we had to do this side on this side. How we had to leave it. You can see the bubble, the glue, all that. Everything is nicely on there. Let that cool 100% and then we'll take a router. Okay guys, basically what she's done is she's just put that locked hit in there and got it in there good like that. Now, well, the trick is for her to wipe this shit off without getting water inside there and make it weak. You don't want water to get in there. You just want to barely moisture it. This stuff, when it locks, it's better than that glue over there. If I had time and I was coming back another day, I'd just glue that son of a bitch on over there and then come back 24 hours and do what I got to do because this glue will beat that every time. But hey, this guy's already having the painters do half-ass plumbing because he thinks he's cheaper, so yeah. We'll take a look at this angle stop later, guys, see if we can tighten it up. Most likely we can tighten it up, it'll be all right. But if they've crushed that little gold ferrule, then we're going to have to take it off and just put a new angle stop. I don't want to rob a ferrule out of my van because sometimes you put just the ferrule and maybe they scratch by over tightening it. They scratch that housing and then you still have a leak. So if I do it, I'll just replace the valve. We'll see. Hopefully we'll just tighten it up and we'll be good to go. Remember guys, this white shit turns clear. So, especially on Loctite. So, over here, I'm going to touch it. If it feels cool to the touch, I'm on it. If it doesn't, because I want it cool to the touch because that router, I don't want it pulling away. So, you know, this is just going to be a patch job. I mean, honestly, it's time for new countertops. But
They didn't even cock around the medicine cabinet.
no?
No.
Yeah, they put a medicine cabinet in, which we normally do. And we always cock around them. Yeah, you're right. They didn't. Look at that. I'll take a picture of that. I sent it to the owner. Say, hey, they forgot to. All right. This guy has tried to replace me several times in the last 20-some years because of my prices. Well, you're just a little too expensive. And everybody he's tried to replace me on was no license kind of guy, which I'm not knocking the guys, but you know, if you're not licensed and you don't have the insurance and all that, yeah, you're going to work cheaper. A lot of times these same guys don't have the experience though, but you know, I understand, but I'm trying to protect our trades. Anyway, so I'm not going to go into that, but the bottom line is over the years, he's tried to replace me 2 or 3 times and within months. And then sometimes when he does, I don't answer the phone call. And I'll wait 2 or 3 days. And then finally I'll answer his phone call. And we end up patching things up every time. So I figure it's easier just to call him and tell him how I'm feeling rather for it to go that far. So now whenever I see something like that, I call him, let him know how I feel about it. And he blamed it on the fact that I'm really busy and that he didn't want to add extra work. And I said, well, I think it's more like the pricing. All right, guys, we're going to get the router out. And, you know, the way I look at it is if his painters were capable of doing all this stuff right here and taking that other faucet out and doing the drain, why didn't he just have the painters do everything? Why not? Why leave any of this to us if the painters can do it? Why didn't the fucking painters fix this drawer? Anyway, we're gonna see what's going on.
Up.
Okay, guys, I keep 2 routers on the truck. That way I don't have to fuck with the adjustments. This one is for countertops, and my other ones are for doors. So that way I don't have to go through this. I sat that 16, maybe 17 when Royal came out years ago. and haven't set it since. So this one is made for this kind of stuff. Can I plug in over here, Benny? Is that where?
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Okay, guys. The whole purpose is I can't talk when I'm doing this, so it's going to be like watching. Kind of see what I do. I'm just going to go ahead, and I like to get in there, and I like to go a little left, a little right, whatever's feeling right. You know, I don't do this every day, but I'm just going to come along here and clean this up, and then you'll notice how the glue gums up. So what I do is I do some of it, and then I stop, and then I clean the glue, and then I do it again. So let's just get this done. Can you take screenshots of me, Al? Show her how to do a screenshot.
Picture's right there. That button.
That way you can see that on the invoice. Ready?
Did you want
I'm
to?
good. Got a screenshot, Al?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, guys, the problem I'm having is because I normally do this when this is off the wall, I'm able to go all the way around. But because this is hitting the wall over here, I'm not getting my nice curve. So I'm gonna turn it this way and try to get in a little bit closer, but I'm hitting the wall, so I'm not gonna be able to do any more with that. So what happens is this is where Alicia's gonna have to come in. And we're going to find some other, because usually this is away from the wall, and we can do what we did here. See how nice this is? And then look, here's that glue I was telling you about. You just take your finger like this, and you scrape that glue off right there. See that right there? That's all just glue right here. You just, all that comes off.
It rolls off, huh?
Yeah, it rolls off like that. And then once I got it all clean, I come back over here, and I hit it one more time with this real fast. So basically, I'm gonna, if you need to go out there, Minnie, and show them that you're around. Okay, so now that we kind of cleaned it with our fingernails, I'll go over it one more time, because what it is, the glue builds up, and this here will go down a little bit lower and make it more even if you do it a second time, and then you clean the glue off of this roller wherever you see it. So let's do this real fast. Now, what I could try to do is I could take this off, and then I have to reset it. And this ain't worth the job. Because I know Alicia, if I get a little wheel on a grinder, I can kind of get that close to it, and then she can use a razor blade to kind of cut it. What do you think?
I got it.
Okay, so do you want me to take some off with a Dremel
No,
first?
I got it from here.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, because I can take some of it off for you. Okay, guys, she's cleaning that up with a file and a utility knife. I won't stand here until she's done. She'll eventually get it nice. Okay, guys, that's looking perfect enough. I'm not going to hold her to anything better than that. So this is what we got. Now we're going to caulk it. Now, see how we have that leftover all the way from there? There's nothing we can do about it. We needed it over here. It's more important to get this looking right than this. So now she's just going to caulk it. She's going to clean up all that caulking that's down here. Look, clean all that caulking right here, and put a nice little bevel. And
this is the original, just so cut it
well,
out,
cut it.
strip it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just cut it and make it look good.
Okay.
You know, thank you. Over here, guys, she's got this done. That'll glue nice 24 hours. So it's looking really good. Good job, Daryl. We'll take another look at that once she gets that all cleaned up and looking good. Okay, guys, the next thing that's on the list is this front door. Hey, Vinny, did you buy any of these plates?
Negative.
Okay, put one on the
I'll get some.
put one on the list for you're coming back tomorrow, right? If you're not coming back tomorrow, let me know, because I got a plate.
I'll come back after Ani. It's not a big deal. I'll swing back.
No, Ani, I have to either do next week or tomorrow. I'm not sure. Okay, guys, look here. It's rubbing on the bottom really bad, and on the top is good. It's just really bad. What I've been doing lately, guys, is just taking the rubber piece off and then put a door sweep on the inside, because otherwise he doesn't want to pay me $200 to take this door off, take all the metal rain drip guards off, get it on a sawhorse and cut the trim and bottom, then go on and off a couple times until I get it perfect with a new rubber, because those new rubbers are a lot fatter nowadays. And by the time you're done adjusting this door, you might have a couple hours into it. Basically, he just wants like a $45 fix. So that's going to be take the rubber off on the bottom, and it'll probably work good. Put this door sweep on the inside, and problem solved, at least for these old doors. And maybe align the locks up a little bit better. So, okay, guys, talk to the owner, and we're gonna touch up paint here. What?
Sprinklers are on. Did you want to move your vehicle? We can do it before we eat dinner or some shit. Or in the morning.
Okay, guys, I was talking to the owner. I could buy a color like this and put it on there, but I said, you know, I'm going to have to go to Home Depot and get this shit. I asked him if he was all right with just like a light almond. Alicia's going to touch up this paint. So I was thinking maybe what we could do instead of the almond is just paint it the same color as this. I think it would look good. So I think we're going to paint it this color. Vinny wanted to... Vinny don't like looking at toilet paper in toilets, so we either shut the lid, but most of the time we flush it. Vinny went to flush that because he's going to do the curtain rod. And he noticed that was slow, so we're going to add that. It looks like the painters probably clogged it. Anything fucked up in this place, it was probably the painters. Okay, go ahead. Snake that mother. And guys, just to let you know, I have good relationships with painters. But it's been the guys that I've been working with for years. They're licensed, they're insured, they know how to do some electrical, they know how to do some plumbing, and they actually help me out if they're on a job for paint or something. They'll say, hey Vince, this outlet ain't working right. You want us to, I trust them to fix it. It's just these guys that are no license, no insurance, no bonding, and then they leave. They know they got a leak over there with that other faucet, and they just shut the angle stops. They put a new medicine cabinet, and they leave these big gaps around here. That's not the kind of shit my painters. And when I say the painters, I shouldn't be saying that. I don't know what I should nickname these guys. But when I say painters, to me, a painter, he's licensed, he's bonded, he's got insurance, he knows a little bit of everything, and he's a good damn painter, and I've got 3 of them. And the bottom line is, I should be calling these guys hacks, not painters. I think I'm going to give them a new nickname, which is AKA hacks. These guys are going to be nicknamed hacks. I'm sure there's painters out there getting offended with me, and I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys if you guys are put some toilet paper in it, leave that in there. Get some toilet paper. Make sure nothing's hanging up on the toilet paper. Do at least 2 or 3 good flushes with more toilet paper. I'm sure there's some painters out there taking offense to that, and I want to apologize right off the bat. I apologize to the people that I'm offending that are painters, that are good painters. You know, you're doing everything you need to do to help the trades. You know, you're licensed, you're bonded, you're got insurance. Even if you don't have liability insurance, you're licensed and you're bonded. How's that? Those are the guys that I take my hat off to, whatever. But you guys are getting my point, I think. Yeah, I'm going to call these guys hacks over here. They're not painters. Shit. I've got one old guy that would try to whoop my ass right now if he heard me. But he's my painter. And then I've got a couple younger guys that are really good painters, and they're both licensed. And they can do a little electrical, a little plumbing. They can do a lot because painters can do a lot. They're like handymen, but not these assholes that I'm dealing with today. Okay, he got that, so we're good to go. All right. Okay, what Alicia wants to do here is we took the rubber out. It's still rubbing on this metal. You can see where it's rubbing on the metal. We're going to get rid of this rain drip because it has a bottle piece of metal under there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a new drain drip on the outside and a new sweep on the inside. And see if that doesn't make things better. But she's saying all these screws are stripped out, so we're gonna have to get these screws out first. Let me point to this, guys, for the owner's invoice. Okay, guys, we're gonna take all this off because they have new locks. So Vinny's been planing it up here because it was rubbing on the bottom, but now it's not rubbing, but it is rubbing. From where he planed it down to about right here, it's still rubbing here. So Alicia's going to take these locks off, plane everything, get it looking good and feeling good, and then we'll put our new locks on. But the bottom is no longer rubbing. It's all right here on the sides. So I'm going to go to management and get some locks for it. Okay, guys. She took the door off. She planed, the knobs off. She's planing it, getting it all where it needs to be. We're going to put, Vinny cut this old drip edge because they are gold and mine are silver. So Vinny cut the bottom off of it with his machine. Right here, cut the metal strap off. So that'll be going on at a higher area and a bottom door sweep. I only have a silver one for the inside, but we can paint it white on the metal part. And everything should work good. But it was rubbing in several places, but she's been planing it with this guy. So we'll see what happens in a few. Okay, guys, Alicia's got it fitted nice. Look at this. I'm going to hold the lock open. You won't hear no rubs. Look at. Oh, she's going to plane this a little bit more. Right, Al? Yeah. She's going to plane this one more pass, I think. But, man, no more rubbing at the top or bottom. Now we'll put that on the outside. We'll put a new drip, a new sweep on the inside. And we'll probably paint, since that's gold, we'll probably paint that metal white. Same as the door. Right here, if you could take off this little bit right here. From about right here to here. See how it's really tight? Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna turn it later.
All right. Thank you, baby. And remember, don't dip on the top. You know, on the top, you go straight past the top. Otherwise, it'll dip. She knows that, but I'm just explaining it to the camera. Just one little bit, maybe from here. And just a hair more on about 5 inches down.
Right here, right?
Yeah. So you have to be careful, guys, that you don't dip. If you're pushing on that, if you're pushing on this,
Yeah.
and you get past the top,
Yeah.
you'll dip it, and you'll end up taking a big gouge off of there. It'd be like coming up and then in
Right.
and then out. I know you know that. I'm just saying for the camera.
Oh, okay.
She knows better. Anyway, what she has to do is keep it flat all the way up until her rollers get past, until her rollers or her blades get past this area right here.
FYI.
Yeah, we need to make another pass on here, Rick. Everything has been taken off the bottom, metal taken off over here, doorknobs were taken off. We planed everything. We're gonna paint this next, but look how nice it shuts. Yeah. Look at that. And then here we're gonna put your drip edge back on. We trimmed it, and here we're gonna put a door sweep on the bottom, which is this guy right here. And this, Vinny was good enough to keep it gold. He took yours, which had that metal that was rubbing, and Vinny cut this whole piece metal all the way lengthwise and got it. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do is I kind of masked it off real rough. I went over the lips so I can paint in there. It's not gonna be a fantastic job, but when I'm done, it'll be white and it'll look better than this stuff right here. Okay, guys, Alicia put the drip edge on the front, and she put the door sweep on the bottom down. Can you shut the door a little bit? Put her door sweep right there. It's looking good. Watch. Shut it. Can you shut it without Jordan? Look at that. Sealed up nice and tight. No daylight around the sides. Look at that. Okay, finished painting that. And then over here, we threw a little spray paint on this right here. So everything's looking good there. Maybe a little, no, nothing, it's done. This is a $45 repair, maybe $65. I haven't decided yet. But if he wants it very expensive, then I guess I could order this shit on Amazon and then cut it. And, I mean, it's a lot of money, and this countertop isn't worth nothing. So, in fact, they should have it reglazed the next time. That's why he didn't want to put money here. He figures he'll just have it reglazed, the whole thing, like they did in the bathtub over here, the bathroom. See, this has been, where's the kitty at? Over here is reglaze. I hear a cat. Hope she's all right or he's all right. Where are you, kitty? I'm gonna go down there, guys, and look for her or him or whatever. I just hear him, but I don't see him. Kind of worries me. All right, so Alicia's doing that, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, Vinny's trying to get an outlet behind this stove here. Looks like we might have to do it inside the cabinet because there's a stud. Where's the stud at?
It's right here, 54, so it's
Right.
here.
Well, no, you could do what me and Mom did. We did this one just like that. We cut our hole way over here, and then we drilled through the stud and right into the box.
I'm just worried about that gas line going straight down.
Well, I would find out where it is. You don't even know where it is, right?
I
me
think
see.
it's going down.
Let me see.
I look.
Because you can go around that gas line. It's no big deal. Put your box more to the right of the gas line, about 3 inches away,
Okay.
and then run your Romex through and catch it on the other side.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Just put your box here, run your Romex over get it on the same height as the other box. Mm-hmm. That way, when you drill through there, through the 2x4, through the stud, and then run your cable. Or better yet, if you want, you could run the box lower, and then you can pull your cable up and in. Or you can run your box higher.
Same height, I think.
You know what I mean? And just get that cable and pull it through the 2x4 and put it through that right there. So that's what he's got. So, because there's a 2x4 right here, right in there. So, it's right on that box. Hey, Vinny, I think I would drill your hole through the metal box and through the wood at one time, that direction. That's what we'll do. Put the hole on the right side of the gas line, about 4 inches. And then I'd go a little more to the right. Yeah, you should be good there. But I would drill it from this side and don't pass no more than the drywall. I mean the 2x4, because you don't want to come and nick that pipe. You know what I mean? You don't want to drill through and then hit that pipe and nick it. Yeah. So I would just go ahead and just drill through your box, because your box is on the stud, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just take a 1/2 inch or bigger, move those wires and shield them carefully.
Gotcha.
And then if you want, shut this heater off for yourself. Just turn it to the off. Turn the pilot and everything off. We were testing it and we forgot. Okay, so anyway, drill through the wood and put your Romex and be done with it. Also, Vinny, after you drill through it, put your rubber grommet, you know those rubber grommets, put it through the metal box. That way you don't have no sharp edges on the Romex. A sharp edge would never cut through that Romex, but I like to have that rubber grommet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So put that on as well. All right, guys, he drilled it with this guy and put a hole right through the box. He ran it just to see what we got. We're going to put a rubber grommet. He's going to have to pull it out. Hey, don't get so happy yet, Vinny. You got to put a rubber grommet on there.
All right.
He ran it through there. He needs to put a rubber grommet on that box. And then over here, Mom caught it over here. And that's where our box is going to be. Okay, guys. He got that black plug in there and he ran the Romex. And he popped out over here.
And she
He
said
put his blue box. He put his outlet there. So everything is done right here. It's okay. What you doing down there, girl?
Taking a nap, I think. I heard
Taking
her
an outlet.
snoring.
I thought she farted.
No, she don't fart.
Oh, okay. She don't do that? Okay. She's one of those women that don't fart. Anyway, she's down there.
Just randomly just starts smelling.
Nah, she never smells. Never hear her fart either. She keeps that shit top secret. Well, guys, I just wanted to show you. Me and Alicia are leaving. Vinny's got all the outlets and switches done. He's got the outlet behind the stove done over here. He's changed everything, all the GFCIs, the 220 over there. These light panels don't fit. We need a bigger size, so Vinny's going to take the old ones and drop them off at Ace Hardware, and they'll actually cut them for us at Ace Hardware. So we did the door, painted it up, and put the leather back on. Fits beautiful. No rubbing anywhere. Alicia's faucet, we checked it for leaks. Ran it a bunch of times while we were washing our hands. Everything's good. She did good there. We checked the drains already for leaks. Yeah, nothing. Check the angle stop as well, though. Alicia. So Vinny's just got about maybe another hour left here, and then he can go to Home Depot and take back all the returns. That way we know how to... Is that really important, baby? Anyway, guys, he's got 1 or 2 hours left, and she just wants everybody to know how hard her son's working. Anyway, the closet doors we're not going to screw with until their flooring guy gets here. When their flooring guy is done, then we'll figure out what we're going to do to repair those. And it's usually just some rollers and bottom guides. As you can see here. I think this is good. All right, so anyway, guys, I think me and Alicia are going to pack up and go home, figure out what we're going to eat for dinner, which I don't know what we're going to eat for dinner. I know I'm not going to ask her to cook. She'll turn on me like a mean-ass dog, junkyard dog, if I ask her to cook after she gets home from work. So, anyway, maybe Jorge sounds good. Burritos and I don't know, guys. I wanted to change the light fixture, but the owner wanted me to just put a globe. And you can't even get the right globes to fit, you know, so you make it work. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it. We're not going to put the stove back because... yeah, make sure you don't have no leaks in the wall before you go. Sniff it good. But because the flooring guys are going to be here. So that's about it, guys. And he's going to finish off the outlets. He's going to clean. And then he's going to go to Home Depot and return everything for me so I can do my invoice tonight. And I guess that's it. You want to say goodbye, Al?
Bye.
Vinny? All right, guys. That's going to be it for today. Hey, guys. this happened, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was the gardener. He was riding his edger, not here at a job. The grass was in an angle, and I think as he went by here, his edger slipped off and caught this here. We didn't see him. We just know, we noticed, and it looks like he tried to wipe it or something. Anyway, we didn't have eyes on him. But anyway, that's needless to talk about, I guess. But what is something good to talk about is why I would have Vinny change this panel. The reason why is I guess you might say there's two types of owners. You got owners that will take these vehicles and just start adding the crunches on them. A scratch here, a scratch there, a scratch there, and they just pile up. And I don't know if you guys remember my old van, 22 years old. It looked like brand new. And yes, all it took was once in a while a part from somewhere or a little tube of touch-up paint, just like I do with this one now right here. I have a little can of touch-up paint and I've got a catalog for my parts, whatever I need, and I'll piece that thing together. And the reason why is because if you let this go, guys, or at least, like I said, there's two types of owners. There's guys that'll keep up on this and guys that won't. And I don't have nothing against the guys that won't, because everybody to each their own. My thinking isn't everybody's thinking, but I want him every time to roll up on a job, and I want him to have, I want people to have the opinion like, oh man, he takes good care of his van. And with that being said, his work must be good too, because most people experience that if you have a very nice van or you give them a really good job, somehow it just goes hand in hand. Then you got other guys that their vans are all tore up, but they still do a good job. They know their trade, they know what they're doing, they just don't put any time into the vehicle because they're so damn busy. And I get that, but I'm always going to teach my son the way I do it, the way my dad taught me, and that is, if you have a service van, go ahead and try to keep up on it, because one scratch will add to another and to another, and then pretty soon they get bigger and they get worse, and the next thing you know, your brand new vehicle's looking like shit. So anyway, we were able to get this panel, and that's why I liked about this Ram. There's a lot of people talking shit on Dodge, but that's okay. What I like is this is your main protection around this vehicle, whether it's shopping carts or doors. And what I love about it is they put everything in sections, so you don't have to buy any big pieces. Here you got 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the bottom. And then over here, this is a separate section right here. There's a little crack right here. There's 2 and 3, and then of course all these. So I love the fact that in these pieces, for instance, Vinny bought this on Amazon through the dealership, one of the dealerships that Dodge advertises on, and he got that piece for $56. Right now we're gonna do this one, guys. So from what I saw of the piece that came, a couple bolts there, a couple bolts there, and the rest are pop, those little plastic pops. So we're not gonna get in there and rip that sucker out. We're gonna take it easy and work it out with something behind there and see what we can do. Okay, here's the piece that came. How much was this piece, Vinny, out the door? 55 out the door ish. Okay, so here we go. Anyway, we'll leave this over here for now. Okay, Vinny counts 5 bolts. 3 underneath and 2 on the, I'll show you. 2 right here, 1, 2, and then 3 underneath there, and then the rest are all popping. So we'll see what happens. And it stops right here. Okay guys, he's got the 5 screws out, and I just figure I'll get a crowbar, stick it in here and pry open just to get that lip out. Oh, only kidding, guys. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and hook a come along, put the cable out there and up there, and no, we're not even going to do that. We're going to get something, and I have some upholstery tools if needed, but we're just gonna fill this out a little bit right here, guys, and see if we can pop one to maybe with like a nice little plastic upholstery tool. We'll see. I mean, what are you thinking, Vinny?
Just like this.
Make sure before you rip on this side, you're not gonna rip anything on this. Make sure that that might be under it.
No, it's on top.
Oh, it is? Okay,
See right
good. If it was under it, you'll end up breaking shit. I'm thinking sticking an upholstery tool under there. There you go. Sure you don't want an upholstery tool?
What would that do?
It's plastic. It'll just protect your paint under there. It'll give you a little bit longer reach.
Go get it then.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Go ahead.
No, go get it.
Okay. Okay, guys. That's my jack that I use. I changed my oil on that Corvette because when I take it to the dealership, they don't use the pucks over there, and they tear up your fiberglass. One day I was there, and I was watching them getting ready to lift it to do a maintenance. And that son of a bitch was going to raise it right on the fiberglass. I said, he goes, oh yeah, we crack out that little bit of fiberglass all the time. You don't see it. It doesn't, I haven't dropped the lift, and I went and got my own shit. So now you know, unless there's something major, and if there is something major, I call a guy that comes out here, and he'll use all my shit, get it up in the air if he needs to. But me and Vinny do the oil changes on here. But I have this in here, and I'm hoping this will give him a little leverage. I mean, we could just rip the fucking thing out, but here's some shit that'll help him out a little bit. We'll see what it does. Here you go.
Those are the jacks back there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a quick jack back there, guys. That hooks up to that hydraulic over there, and it gets this Corvette up in the air. And I bought this because I used to work on my own van, that 22-year-old van. Sometimes I would change broken pieces of upholstery, that was starting to crack every now and again, and this turned out to be real handy. Okay, guys, you picked this. Show them the tool that you picked. We picked this one because he can get underneath where they're breaking. He's breaking quite a few. He's broken 2 without it, and he just popped one that didn't break. He got under it. Here, there, you broke that one. See, yeah. But it don't matter. We got clips. I just want him to try to do things right.
I'm afraid if I go here, though, I'm going to scratch this one.
Well, no, you put tape there, masking tape. Put 2 or 3 strips of masking tape. But see what you can get over here. Okay, that's going good. Yeah, if you're scared of this, put some masking tape on this. 2 or 3 pieces.
There we go.
Alright, I guess you don't need my fucking tool. Give me my fucking tool, motherfucker. Anyway, this is nice. On my other van, I used to change some of the upholstery. Let's see. What do you got? Got it?
Yeah.
How many pieces did you not break?
1.
Okay, now these come out, guys. From what I understand, these little black things here, you twist them like that, and show them how you find it lines up somehow, and then these come out somehow. Let's see. This is what the back looks like.
So these are good. That's good. That one's good.
No, but you're not using those.
No,
they all have to come out.
Yeah, but we can keep these.
Yeah, we'll salvage. Yeah, we'll put a little for next time. Yeah. So how they come out? I think they go in and twist.
I'll try some.
Get one of those tools. This is for your vent inside, guys, right here. No, see, this is look, dummy. You got to find it either that way or that way, and it'll come out.
So you're saying
you'll be able to see in there and twist it to there. Now you got it.
All right.
Now you get it? Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to let him take those out one by one. He's got the hang of it. We just want a few extra in case we break any. So you can buy them, but you never know. It's nice to have a few in your hand right now just in case something breaks when we put in the new one. Okay, he's going to use a little wash and wax, wipe that panel down. That's it, don't waste it. Alright. Oh, that's good. What I'm going to have him do, guys, is I want to know where all those are so we make sure. I'm going to have him put a little masking tape, blue painter's masking tape on the new one, right where all the screws are. That way he can give it a little pow, you know, a little bit of a punch to make sure they all go in, and he knows exactly where everyone is to make sure it feels right. Just put masking tape on the other side, and on that, when he pushes it, he won't scratch the panel with his hand. I don't know, I'm just an asshole, I guess, when it comes to this shit. Something wrong in my head, I guess.
Do you have all the other ones or no?
No, I put everything right there. So you don't,
No, I'm just gonna keep rubbers.
well, you need he's missing one rubber over here, guys. He's got one, not the whole plastic thing. He's missing one little rubber that goes on those pins. I guess it's for vibration or something. Here you can see the little white pins, and they have like a black rubber on them. I'll show you when we get this out. He's going to get one of those old rubbers and put it on top. Okay guys, he's going to take a little masking tape, and he's going to bend the corner of each masking tape. That way he doesn't have to pick it off and scratch up his new panel. I mean, we all know what's going to happen in this panel, but you always try to do the best you can. So he's basically putting tape on the opposite side. That way he knows where each one of those are, and he can give it a little extra tap. Instead of tapping here and maybe tapping here when you don't need it, you know, it's better just to know where these pins are. And you can kind of tell if they're doing what they're supposed to do. And then when he's all done, he can find the corner that's see how the find the corner that's loose and take them off. And then we'll put some conditioner on there to save it. The minute you get this on your truck, the next thing you want to do is just get some good conditioner and put it on there to seal it up. Still got my dog food and cat food here. We were supposed to get that over for Thanksgiving to donate it to the place by our house. And
I can do it today.
no, I wanted Katie to be part of it.
That's why it's not.
Anyway, we've all been sick. Like Katie's sick today, or been sick the last 3 days. Alicia came down sick. I came down sick last week. So we just haven't been able to pull ourselves together to get this stuff over there. And we get this on sale at Sam's Club. Shit, that hurts. We pick up whatever sales they have over at Sam's Club, and usually it's a good sale. The shelf life's on 2 years old. We've only had it a month and a half, so we've just been getting sick right after the other. And I want Katie to go. Me and Vinny go drop it off once every 3 or 4 months by ourselves. But we wanted Katie to join us on this one. Usually what we do is we just load it up on the work truck, and then we'll head out there before our first job and drop it off early in the morning, and then we go on. But this time we want Katie involved. So anyway. Okay, so that's everything, huh, Benny?
Sir, that's
All right, let's go see if we get lucky. There's Alicia. She's feeling sick today, so anyway, she's feeling sick, plus she's taking care of Katie, and she don't want to get me sick. You know, I'll be honest with you, I was never one for these masks, and neither was Vinny. In fact, we were kind of defiant about it, I guess. But I did learn something. Before all my years going into these apartments with people sick, and they have the flu, and they want their work done because they can't flush their toilet, I would get sick left and right. But then, when these masks became mandatory for a while, I was wearing it to every job. And I noticed I never get sick anymore. And I would throw them away too. I would once I got out of that job, I would just like toss it and get another disposable. I didn't wear those big ones like I got for my work. I didn't use those. I used just like what you see Alicia with, because I overbought them. I bought cases of them. But we did notice that. But we've never been one to wear the mask, even him. But anyway, with that being said,
I've only been sick once in the past 7 years.
Yeah, so, knock on wood. So, anyway, the good part is that Alicia's taken, since Katie is really sick and had to go to the doctor's yesterday, Alicia's wearing a mask up and down stairs to give Katie what she needs. That way she doesn't give it to me, because lately, when I've been getting sick, I've been getting really sick. Never before was I ever that sick. So anyway, that's just a little precaution on our side. And there she is, Pixie, getting a little bit older. When we got her, she would fit right in your hand. They shouldn't even have sold her at that young age, and we decided it was better us than somebody else. So the next day she was at the vet because her glucose, she was so young she couldn't make her own glucose. So we had to put her on glucose every 2 hours for about 3 weeks until she could start producing. And had to give her special food from the vet right here for about 4 or 5 days. Some baby food to go with it. Anyway, with that being said, all right, guys, we're going to get out there and put that thing on. Okay, guys, what we're doing here is the reason why... Hold on, Minnie.
Oh, sorry.
The reason why I put the tape on there, or had him do it, was I don't want him to go around and hammer everything like that. I want him just to go to those marks and kind of push them in nice. So, because in my past, when I've done that to my old van and I hit it, I've actually saw clips break down and fall down because they weren't lined up. I don't know what the hell. But I noticed that every time I would mark them and then use the palm of my hand and just slide them right in, I had a lot better luck. I got Alicia her own little, that's our Christmas tree fake, but there's Lizzie. I got Alicia her own little living Christmas tree in here. It was on sale for $11. Hey, can you put the lights on it? We've got some battery operated lights, guys. It's right here. The batteries last forever, and it's on a timer. You just go all the way back like that, and all the way back on. And then there they are. It works great. The cats love to get in there when they're lit up and start pulling the shit off of it. But put a couple cups of water in it every day. Then I thought I would put it in a nice big pot. This is a dwarf, by the way. It won't go no more than 4 foot or so. I'm going to put it in a pot for outside, a big pot, and then see if I can get another year out of it just for fun. Alright, guys, let's see what he does with this thing here. This is going to come this way, right?
I think I want to do maybe the circles first.
No, I would get this guy in over here where the holes are, and line those two up, get those in, and get it lined up right here. And then start with these guys and go that way.
That's one.
No, push on the blue.
I know, I did right here on this one.
I know, but you're going down here.
Oh, no,
Push.
I was going to go here.
Wait. But look, see how this has got to line up over there? Now you'll do it. You want me to find it?
Let me line it up, though.
Go ahead, up here.
On this one.
Yeah, you see, you didn't do it. You thought you did it. You came off, see? So, what you got to do is, you're sliding in. Yeah, try to slide it in, and then don't wiggle it no more. There, you got it in. Now, line it up there. Go all the way to the top. Get it lined. No. Up a little more. Yeah. Now, finally, there you go. There you go, buddy. Let me help you. Hold on. There you go. Backtrack a little bit. Watch. Don't come out This is good. This is good. Just bring it out a little bit and try to fish for it. Oh, you don't get one. Do you have one there?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a hole. It's in it. It's popping in and out.
Okay, well, you can screw that one in and then tap it later. I would put your screws in first and leave them loose to keep them in place, and then we'll work on those. I put this screw in first, and then we'll wiggle them around. Yeah, where's your screws at?
In the van.
There you go. I'll hold that one. Just put the one in over here, right there. Put this guy in first, just to hold it. You don't have to put it in tight. Just to keep it so it doesn't fall down on you.
Go give me the 8mm.
Oh,
If you look at my sockets, it's on the left hand. Can you open the socket thingy?
it's open.
Left hand side on the top, second from the top, 8mm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, don't snug it.
Just holding.
Yeah. Now, let's look in here. You can see from here what's going on.
Yeah, it pops. You see right here? It pops in and out.
No, I know what happened. You gotta push a little hard. I can see it. Hey guys, I'm gonna put this phone down for a minute to help him. Alright guys, they all popped in except for this guy right here, but it's lined up and it's tight. You gotta remember, these things are molds, man. That's all they are. Not everyone's gonna line up perfectly, but it's in the hole. It just don't want to pop in, and that could be any reason, but it's good enough. Okay, we're gonna get some sealer, and I like to use something called snapback. It's made, I put it on my stuff here, but it's pretty good stuff. It's right here. It's for all that kind of stuff. We're gonna put some of that on there just to seal it up. All right guys, it's in, and I put some of that black stuff on. Vinny's gonna put some black stuff on that one and that one too to make it look the same, and we'll look at it again. But that was where the guy scratched it and then he tried to rub it or something. I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, it looks good now. So with that being said, we'll get some of that stuff right now. He can finish off the dressing and the dressing on here. That way it blends in over there. So you want to get that stuff and just finish that up. Remember, you go one direction with it, no circles. We'll see how it looks once he puts the stuff on. You can see how it's going to turn this black like that right there. But this is not Armor All. This is not that shiny shit. This is called snapback. It's more of a restoration chemical that you can get on Amazon. Okay guys, he's getting that stuff in. Show him the bottle. Yes, it's called snapback.
With this stuff, you don't want to rub in circles.
That's right. You got to go left and right with it. It tells you right on there, no circles. It's looking good. It's starting to match the other side. Look at that. Looking real good. When you're done, do this piece right here.
Okay.
Alright guys, looking good. Alright guys, we polished up his back bumper as well with that stuff. That new panel looks just a little bit blacker than the rest because it's new, but once the sun hits it for a couple weeks, that protecting goes on too and makes it even more blacker, but it helps protect it. Alright guys, well this part's done. Talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a good weekend.